The world as we know it has stopped, but that is not a reason to panic. At this current time, all sporting events have been canceled, all dine-in restaurants are closed, and all schools nationwide are closed as well. Americans and citizens of the world are being urged to stay home and to keep a distance from other humans to not contract this virus. The fact that you're watching this video goes to show how bad this virus has become, because this is a presentation that was supposed to be given in front of a live audience in my college classroom, but is now being done virtually because of this virus. Today I'm going to explain to you why it is very important to stay calm during these times. In order to stay calm, you have to understand that there is a high recovery rate for this virus. The virus is very manageable compared to everything else humans have suffered through, and panicking only makes the situation much worse. I'm going to start with the recovery rate of the virus. According to Fox News, when I last checked, there have been 600,000 cases of the coronavirus in the United States. Of the 600,000 coronavirus cases in the United States, only 25,000 have died. I understand that 25,000 is a large number of people, but when you look at the numbers and you compare that to the 600,000 of people that have caught the disease, are going through the disease, and people that have recovered from the disease, you have to understand that 25,000 is a very small number. As a matter of fact, 25,000 out of 600,000 is only 4.17%. That means that of all the people that have contracted this disease or who are currently suffering from the disease, 96% have survived. It's also important to understand that this virus targets people of old age and people who have weak immune systems. So the large population of the US who have healthy immune systems are safe. I'm now going to go on to explain how this virus is very manageable compared to the many atrocities that mankind has seen. A lot of people think that this is the end of the world, but this is not the first time people have said it's the end of the world, by any means. I was born in 2001. Shortly after my birth, the World Trade Centers were attacked by terrorists. That is a time that was unprecedented for the United States. Citizens of the United States had no idea what was going on, and it was a very scary time. By no means am I trying to compare this virus to a terrorist attack, but I'm trying to compare the situations, that the feelings that we feel have been felt mutually across history. 18-year-olds, because at this time I'm 19 years old, 18-year-olds 70 years ago were being sent to war. They were seeing things that no man should see, and they recovered. The world was seeing things that no man should go through, but the world recovered. At this time, 18-year-olds are being asked to stay home. That's a lot easier than going to war. I had a conversation with my grandfather, whose father lived through the Depression. He himself lived through the Vietnam War. And we talked about all the times that mankind has suffered through something that feels like it's the end, but it's not. It's important to understand that things are different. The lifestyle that we're living right now, and this panic and this pandemic that we're living through, is different than the other tragedies that mankind have seen, but they aren't worse. It's different, but the fear is the same, and it is something that we will all recover from. My last point is that panicking will only hurt us in the long run. One of the scariest things for me with this virus is the impact that this is going to have on the economy of the United States and of the world. Beyond that, there's a humanitarian issue of how are people going to be able to live through this virus, and at what point are we going to lose our humanity? It's important to stay calm so that we do not lose our humanity and so that the economy can still thrive as much as it can in this time. I work at a grocery store, which I established in my last speech, and I have seen the panic that is taking place, the panic buying, and that is something that is only making the situation worse. When you overbuy It makes it so much harder for your neighbors, for the people who live in our community. It makes it so much harder for them to get the supplies they need. It's unnecessary to buy 5 packs of toilet paper. It's unnecessary to buy 40 cans of ravioli. It's unnecessary. And it only hurts our community. It only hurts us as a nation. Panicking and selling all your stocks only hurts the economy. This fear is so much worse than the virus. I hope you can all agree with me. I hope you all understand where I'm coming from. I hope you all understand that this is not worth the panic, and that it will be so much safer for us to not panic in this situation. It's important to remember that there is a high recovery rate, that this disease is manageable compared to what we've suffered through as humans, and that panicking makes the situation so much worse. I've tried my best to establish that in this speech, and I hope you all agree with me. In closing, I hope that all of you that are watching stay calm, and as a result, very healthy. Thank you all for listening.